Hey, you guys, what up? It's your boy Time.
Anti.
Oh, God, you dying? You good over there?
Yeah. I went to talking
Oh,
and stuff.
okay.
What's up, everyone?
Oh, welcome to episode 6 of Tie Squared. Hopefully my audio is a lot better. I have a gaming microphone and then a USB adapter. So, I'm hoping that audio sounds better. We did do a test earlier, so everything came out good. Real quickly, I did want to tie up a loose end on the last episode. I was starting to go into generational wealth and how Candace Dillard Bassett is perceived by a lot of the Bravo fans on Potomac, and I kind of went off the end of what I was saying. What I meant to say before that, because I said something. I was touching about. We were talking about Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Yeah. When I said that, Karen was trying to say she was a descendant of his, but she was drunk, so it came out that way. And then Ty said, "Nah, she was his whore." So, what I was gonna say after that was, while you playing, um, one of the her husband Ray on the show went to Gordon, one of the other husbands, and mentioned that Karen said before she had the babies that blue eyes and blonde hair runs in the family. Basically, that was his way of letting everybody know that potentially the blue eyes that is, rumored to be her driver or her security, that she's having I don't want to call it an affair because I do feel like Ray and Karen are old school. Like, they probably have an understanding that, hey, I can't yank and pull on you no more, Ray. You older than me. You're 20 years older than me. So, I think they have a mutual agreement that she can go out, still have fun. Her shit's still getting wet, so she still need to fuck. So I think that's the agreement that they have. But of course, they're old school, so she's not, out of respect for him. Even if that is the situation, she's not gonna say it. And quite frankly, I'm tired of the other women not having a storyline and just making that their storyline season after season. It don't seem like anybody really got much of anything going on this season besides Mia declassing the show, as y'all like to say. Um, but and Wendy turning 40, but neither here nor there. Um, it basically seemed like he was trying to, let it be known Blue Eyes has been around since since the children. Um, so yeah, I could be looking too far in deep, but when he said that specifically, I was like, I feel like you're trying to let us know something. But at any rate, with that being said, I just want to clarify that because I'm one of those people, if I'm listening to something and somebody says like to be continued or I'm going to touch on that later and they never touch on it, it does kind of aggravate my soul because it's like, well, dang, now I'm left wondering what you was trying to say. So at any rate, moving on from there, how are you doing, Ty?
I'm doing all right. I slid a few times trying to get home from work today. It's snowing really bad, and I was scared for my
Damn.
life. But we drive 10 miles an hour, and we made it.
Well, I've never driven 10, 15 miles an hour unless I'm in a neighborhood residential. But we did have snow a couple weeks ago. Now we just have really, really cold weather and it's kind of rainy today. Um, so yeah, nonetheless, I've just been focused on work. Um, of course, the podcast when we have our episodes, and then me and my business partner are going to have our soft launch, if you will call it that, of our mobile bartending business. Thank you. We're going to be doing my grandfather's 70th birthday. So, and that'll be top of March 1st. So I'm going to go out of town the end of this month and probably leave a couple days before then so I can have me a vacation my damn self just a little bit.
Congrats, friend! I can't wait to get drunk.
Thank you. I'm hollering. Thank you. But Yeah, that's going to be a good time. And then I had an issue with my taxes, but that's situated now. So as soon as we finish this episode and I do the, or at least start in the editing, I'm going to go ahead and get them taxes situated. I don't have no self-employed work. So I should be bringing at least 1 to 2 back, or getting 1 to 2 back. I should be. We shall see. Um, but things are looking a little, they're looking a little sunshiny. So I'm pessimistically excited about that.
Woo!
I was talking to my mom and I was talking about how, like, I saw this comment and it said people think manifest is about just thinking positive and lucky, and they said it's really about, like, I think they said, like, oh my god, I want to go search on it on my phone, but last time we did that during the episode it fucked the audio up, so I ain't gonna do that. I think it said something about aligning your path and altering your energy or something like that. So I'm trying to slowly but surely alter how I look at things. And it's just a process, a journey, and, you know, trying to grow and still, like, be aware of what's going on in life, but not let it consume you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, at any rate, um, humanity be damned. Let's get into this mess. So, the interview with Diddy and Wendy Williams made its way into my algorithm a couple of days ago when I sent it to Ty and I said, we have got to cover this. I'm a person who, like, even if we're talking about like pop culture and things like that, I love to break things down logically. And when I tell y'all, like, this episode, this interview, the energy is tense. It's tense as fuck, especially if you know the background of Wendy and Diddy. Um, for those who don't know, Wendy was blackballed by Diddy. I can't remember the time frame. I want to say around the 90s, 2000s. It was when she was on her radio show, so it had to be around that time for sure. I also heard that although she said stuff about the group, R&B group Total, that warranted them to be angry at her, I heard that he was the one that kind of amped them up to go over there and fight her. Allegedly, that's what I've heard. But what we do know is, for sure, he had her blackballed. I believe it was every radio station in New York, to the point to where she had to move to New Jersey. And if I'm not mistaken, I remember hearing some type of threatening audio towards her, like she's not safe in New York or something to the degree of that. Just watching from what people said in the comments and all that. And for me, on one end of the spectrum, word of mouth gets around. Um, so you never know who's telling the truth. But on the other end, like, any hope of, I don't know. I'm just at the point with Sean Combs where if they say he did it, he did it. He did. This interview, watching it, like, what did you see, and what did you what stuck out to you? Time.
What stuck out to me most is, if you didn't know about his antics, shenanigans, what we're going to call them, you would not, on the average, be able to tell that he's a monster. He just seems so well put and kept and just nice, but you can, like, kind of low key tell he's a little off, especially with the tension that him and Wendy kind of was giving off low key doing certain
Yeah.
parts of the station.
Yeah, I think with I think with what we know about him now, watching it, like, had I had watched that when it came out in 2017, I probably would have been like, that's weird, the energy's off. But watching it now and knowing their dynamics and their, tumultuous history with each other, it was very eerie to watch. And, to be clear, excuse me, I do commend Wendy for, keeping the show rolling. As far as like, not allowing him to, because if you notice, do you recall the part where he said, "I met your son backstage"?
Yeah, and Wendy gave
What
like a
did
little nervous laugh or something.
what did you think about that?
You know, on surface that would just be a regular conversation, but underneath that, that kind of low key might have been like a warning.
That's exactly what I interpreted it as. I think it was a threat. Um, I think it's a chance her son wasn't even there that day, to be honest. I think he was just letting her know, or either he was there and it happened, he was there and it didn't happen, or he wasn't there and he was just letting her know, "Hey, careful what you ask me."
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like when I say she used to go in, like all the stuff we're learning about him now, she was trying to say that stuff back then on the radio. Um, but when you have somebody like a Diddy, an R. Kelly, a Harvey Weinstein, a dang, I was thinking about that man, the white man from the Seventh Heaven or whatever. I can't remember his name. But when you have someone that powerful in Hollywood that has so many people that will, you know, bend to their will or to their whim, especially if you blackmail them, um, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's just like I said. The interview was interesting to watch. It was interesting to watch him in real time threaten her, and I still give Wendy her respect for continuing the interview, and she was still dropping nuggets then that I think we can now understand because we know more about him. Like even when she said, "You like to party," so she was still saying what she needed to say, but saying it in a way that
Appropriate.
disalarmed him.
Mm-hmm.
hmm Um, it was a lot of tension. I've never seen, and the interview was only like I think 13 minutes. It was just the energy in that room, and it was a lot. And also one thing I want to do give her props on is having him take off his sunglasses so we can see him eye to eye. That motherfucker is crazy.
Nuts.
like like I see the charm, but I also see the psycho.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I want to pivot into Wendy's guardianship. So there was some photos that went viral either last week or a couple weeks ago, and it was Wendy crying on the phone, and basically it was showing like she's in jail, like she's in pretty much a luxury prison. So are you aware of Wendy's guardianship, and if so, like how much do you know about?
I only know bits and pieces, but from the little bit I do know, it was more so she is not in control of anything, and I forget who specifically is basically over her entirely, but it's just sad. It's almost like a Britney Spears situation.
Yep. So I can kind of fill in some of those gaps for you. So her bank, Wells Fargo, noticed that some money was, sorry y'all, my dad is in his workshop humming right now. Um, but she Wells Fargo noticed that money was being used um in a very, what is the word I want to look for? Excessive way. So they put a block on her money. She just dropped today. I watched it on, shout out to the content creator Make It Make Sense. But he has audio on the video. Wendy is admitting that her son was misusing her money. And that caused them to put a block on the account. Oh my God. Oh my God. And I don't want to villainize Kevin because he is young, Like, I think he's younger than us. So, like, being around a parent with that much access and them allowing you to, I didn't know how she had it set up. Like, if he had a card that she would put money on, it seems like it was a bit more open than that. And she really trusted him to have access to something. He probably, even though he's a grown up, he's still a younger grown up. He probably shouldn't have that much access to her money. Like, if anything, excuse me, if I was Wendy Williams, and, I don't believe in withholding wealth from black children, especially if the point is generational wealth. I don't believe in that. But if I was Wendy, you know, based on the lifestyle they're used to living, I give him, I guess, maybe like a debit card with, I might put $100,000 in there for the year. I don't know if he works. I don't know if she has connections that she can use if he needs to work. But that is the way I would handle that. Like, here's $100,000 for the year. You have this. You don't ask me for no gas. Don't, and if a big something comes up, I can contribute to the payment. If you need something, like if you want to buy a house or, whatever the case may be. But $100,000 a year, you should be able to handle yourself and manage yourself with that. Don't you think that's fair enough?
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe 200, 3,000, 300,000, because they are in New York, or New Jersey, wherever they stay at, it's a bit more expensive than down here. So maybe like 300,000, maybe 400,000 max. And from there, he could be able to, do stuff on his own. And that way he doesn't have an opportunity to have his hand in her money. Because when I say this nigga spent $80,000 at Uber Eats in a year, that is crazy, even for somebody of their tax bracket. And also, this nigga can't cook? What the hell? I'm so confused. Well, I'm not.
I had a lot of food be fooding nowadays in my life, so
It do, but if you got $80,000 in Uber Eats, like, I'm sorry, and I like Wendy. I respect her. Wendy has created the format for a lot of us to come on YouTube and do what we do. So I will always give her respect in that regard. But I think she might have just looking from the outside in, like, I think Kevin is a bit sorry. I do. Like, and I mean, to be honest, I think Wendy did the best she could. Kelvin, I don't really want to judge him because I don't know him like that, but I gotta go by what I know. And you couldn't even be smart and cheat, because I think Wendy was okay with the cheating. I think it's when the child entered the picture with Sabrina, that's when it was a problem. So I just have to go by the way that you've done your wife and disparage her in public. It seemed like Kelvin was good at, like, managing and protecting Wendy as far as the show was concerned. I don't really know about the parenting and all that stuff though. But Kevin Jr., he just he made a mistake. A lot of mistakes, $80,000+ of mistakes. Like, I think even outside of the Uber Eats, they said he was going to rent a boat, I think for $13,000. So he told the bank he maybe needed a loan or something like that. And the bank had given him 100 something thousand. And then he tried to say it was the bank's fault or something like that. So I don't even know. And at first, when I saw the pictures of him and Wendy, the son, I was like, I'm so happy they're back together. And he had her on a diet, and he was doing stuff right. So I don't know. Maybe they've had those conversations, and he atoned for what he did. I'm not sure. I could tell on the audio where she was, letting it be known that her son's spending is kind of what kicked the ball off for at least the money to be frozen in order for the conservatorship to even start. I could tell she was kind of hesitant with blaming him. But I mean, Wendy, she's straight shooter. So she said it like it was. I don't quite know the exact connection between from the money being frozen to the conservatorship. I do have a theory though. After watching that interview, do you think it's too far off to say that Diddy might have a hand in that?
You
I'm
never
being so
know.
serious. When I watched it, by the time I was finished, I was like, I would not be surprised if Diddy had a hand in her conservatorship.
You never know.
Because I mean, we know he's a vengeful ass. I think he's a Scorpio, if I'm not mistaken. We know he's a vengeful ass motherfucker. We saw that interview, and just as much as he, intimidated her, she intimidated his ass too. He was nervous the whole time. I'm surprised he didn't have no sweat beads on his designer shirt that he wanted to let us know that he was wearing. Um, I don't know. I don't put nothing past nobody, especially not Sean Combs. Um, but at least now we know the initial reason for the bank accounts being frozen was mishandling of money, and her son wasn't the only one, to be clear, but he was one of them. Um, all I'm gonna say is prayers to Wendy. I feel like whether or not you liked Wendy Williams, whether or not, I feel like a lot of times when it's us doing stuff, we can be a lot more harsh at our judgments towards them. Like, don't get me wrong, I see black folks dragging the View and some of the white women on the View, especially like Megan McCain or whatever when she was on there. I've seen us, drag other people too, but I don't know. With Wendy, it's just like, even when people say, oh, well, this is her karma, I'm like, how much karma does a bitch deserve? My God, respectfully, she not a bitch, but you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
your nigga then cheated on you, um, got the side bitch pregnant, you going through a messy divorce, now you drinking, substance abusing, now your son over here using your money, now you in a whole conservative strip. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to me.
Not saying she deserves that, of course, like that for the people that's saying that's karma, but there is that video also where somebody was had the camera in her face and she was like, "I would ask you to respect our privacy right now, but I didn't." So it's like at the same time, yet
Wendy funny as hell.
now that was funny. She was real as hell for that, but it's also like, not agreeing or disagreeing with anybody that says that's karma, but it's also at the same time, what you were out there doing to people when they asked you and told you to stop. So it's, every action has a reaction. Again, not agreeing nor disagreeing.
Yeah. And I will say, like, the energy you put out, you do get back. But I don't know. To me, it's just like,
It's
if
a
we
bit
was going to
much.
call anything karma, I will say, like, one thing that she did do that I did not like was she let the diagnosis of Method Man wife get out of her having cancer, if I'm not mistaken. He cussed her the dog fuck out about that. I
And
do
see,
recall that. Um, and then I don't know. And even with that, I don't know. I just don't look at Wendy as this like evil person. I think sometimes when your business is to be messy, like literally that's how she gets paid. Sometimes you just take it overboard. It happens. Um, I would be interested to know if she ever like apologized for that on air. I would hope that she did because that was terrible, Wendy. That was not good at all. I don't know if she thought, like she felt a little sense of familiarity because I heard her and Method Man used to date. So maybe she felt like that gave her a pass. I don't know. But that, other than that, and I'm sure that there's been other moments where it's like, Wendy, no. But I don't know. I just don't see what she did equaling her karma should equal all of this. This is too much. For her to have $15 to her name is crazy. And to be clear, they haven't ran through all the money, but it's probably hidden and siphoned. It's been siphoned this whole time and everybody's in on it. The judge, the court-appointed attorney, all that. Ain't nobody gonna convince me otherwise. Sabrina, her lawyer, didn't have a problem with the until it shed them in a not so clean light. Now all of a sudden you got a problem and you worried about Wendy's well-being. And it's just the fact that this black woman, say what you want about Wendy, but I will never agree. And to be clear, if even if they was black, hell, that'd be worse. Because you know how it is being in the life of a nigga for you to do this to another one. But it's just something about these white women having power over Wendy's money that I really just don't like. Especially not in this month.
You.
And I'm saying that from my black soul.
Why'd you,
What?
why'd you say it like
Because I don't like it in my black soul. I don't like it.
that?
I just don't like it. I don't fuck with it. I hope that Wendy is able to, like, even if we're gonna keep the accounts frozen and get some of those people who are allowed to touch her money out of the way before we, you know, release her. But even just like she's in a cage, I just hate that. I do not like that. I don't like people feeling like that physical or being in a physical situation, physically in a cage. Or I mean, unless that's what you like doing, child. Some of y'all do some freaky stuff. But I don't like people feeling that physically, and I also don't like people feeling like that, like mentally, especially at the hands of somebody else. Like, give that lady her life back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at any
But
rate, do you have anything else to add to that?
I was just gonna say, at least let her have certain freedoms if she's not mentally impaired.
And the thing is, even with the mentally impaired, like they said, she has frontal lobe. Oh my God, temptation, something like that. Um, And she said herself, she does not have that. Like a lot of what they've said she has, it's been doctors that they've court appointed or that they found specifically that are at the interest of the, people who are trying to keep the money away from Wendy. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do any doctors outside of their list to have her examined. So it's just some shady, shiesty shit. Either way, any way you spin it. But I hope Wendy is able to get her freedom back in some capacity. It's just ridiculous to watch. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. I really would not. Well, maybe that worst enemy, but nobody else above that worst enemy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But neither here nor there. Moving on from there, prayers up for Wendy. Let's talk about the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl went black, baby. My
Solana.
God.
Solana.
Kendrick broke the world record for the most views. So he beat out Michael Jackson. Um, I think watching the performance, the choreography, like, first of all, y'all, Lil Wayne, I don't know why y'all think because it was held in his hometown that he is automatically deserved a performance. But all I can think about is when I saw that video of Lil Wayne performing Bands Will Make Her Dance, and then he just started humping the air and screaming. Baby, we don't want to watch that. We don't want to see that. I'm sorry. And to be clear, Lil Wayne, even in his prime, because like when I see Lil Wayne now, I don't know, it's different to me. But not to say he still can't rap, he still can't, do that, but it's just a different Wayne. But to me, I don't recall Wayne being like a super performer. Like I haven't seen too much of him on live or on stage, but like hell, before Lil Wayne, if that's what he got going on at them shows, hell, I would have rather seen Offset, nefarious Neanderthal cheating ass up on the damn stage. By the way, Offset, you going outside. You are crashing out about Miss Cardi B. It is not a good look. But neither here nor there. Um, I would have rather them got Offset. Because at least I know he's going to put on a performance. He on his MJ bag the last few years. When I've seen him perform, he got the dance and the choreography similar to how Kendrick had it. But one thing that I will say that Kendrick had is a lot of cultural context and consciousness within his performance. And that would have been missing if Mr. Offset was there. So, um, going back to what I originally stated, Kendrick was was trying to get to. Kendrick was the right choice. I think he deserved it. I think he earned it. I think he deserved those 5 Grammys. As a person who is not so, like, to be clear, we don't need the Grammys, but it is nice to have on your resume. The price going up, definitely for Kendrick. Like, he pretty much, whatever he's charging for features, he could probably triple that, if not more. Um, yeah, what did you think about the performance?
I loved it. I loved every minute of it, every second of it. From like I was saying when you first brought it up, Solana loves SZA. Kendrick did his big one too. It's not even too many words you could say about that. That was just phenomenal. It was a performance. It was a statement and all for all of us. It was amazing, even down to Serena Crip walking. I loved it.
I loved every bit of it too. I enjoyed it, watching it. It was a great performance. Like, Kendrick is somebody. I mean, I have a couple of his songs. He's not someone I have in heavy rotation in my playlist, but he's definitely a very good rapper. Um, I like the cultural significance. I like the power plays. Having SZA and Serena there. I don't know if you're aware, but they both dated Drake before.
Yep.
That is crazy. um, Stephen A. Smith. Oh my God. Every time he talks, he just makes me like, shut up. Like, Stephen A. Smith is that drunk uncle at the cookout you really don't want to invite, but like somebody in the family keeps saying, like, it's your uncle. Just allow him to. Like, he just give me that. Did you see him say that Serena, if he was her husband, he would have divorced her?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you don't think Alexis, and that's one thing I will give Alexis, Serena's husband, he defends her and protects her at every turn. And I respect him so much for that. He doesn't address everything, but when these celebrities say something, you must believe he finna clap back. And I respect him for that. I'm glad to see people embracing Serena. I feel like Black people, they're kind of like wishy-washy with her because, she's with a white man. Y'all act like that, type of energy is given a Black man who date out. It's really not. The only time we really give a fuck is when y'all are dating out and then downing your Blackness in the same breath,
Yeah.
or fetishizing non-Black women. That's the only time where we really give a fuck.
Behavior.
That part, we don't care that y'all date out. Nobody gives a fuck. Just don't down your own people. And a lot of Black men seem to struggle with doing both at the same time. The ones that date out, anyways, which is probably most. But neither here nor there. I loved it. I enjoyed it. Great performance. Kendrick deserves it. Yeah, great moment for hip hop. Now I do wonder, we scream that they not like us, but Kendrick, your wife is also not like us. So
I thought she was light skinned.
I think she's mixed.
Oh.
I mean, they're gonna one drop ruler in because Kendrick, just did his big one for the culture, but the irony is not lost on me. But I mean, I don't really have a dog in either fight. I think Kendrick is definitely the successor of this. I think that people looking at this like Kendrick is, or like Drake is, he'll still be fine, and he's richer and this and that. Y'all, that's not what rap beef is about, bitch. My God, y'all, the recipes have been lost. We do not give it. When you are in a rap beef with someone, I've had a couple my damn self in the little span of career I've had. It is about who is going to best who on the track. We don't care about your money, your accolades, none of that shit. It is about the sport. You cannot money your way out of shit. Like, anybody saying that, that's equivalent to when Nicki reposted Beyonce singing, I guess you could call her the rap queen, when Remy Ma dropped Sheether. Girl, we don't give a shit about that. We need you to get in the booth, girl. So, yeah, I wish people would move away from those talking points. If we're talking about rap beef, we're talking about who was spitting the hardest bars. Now, that's not to say that Drake didn't. I mean, hey, he brought his, him and whoever pen out for the records. I mean, I listened to both records. Drop and give me 50. So I mean, I was listening to the both of them. You know what I'm saying? They both did decent, but Kendrick, he took the W for this. I don't think I've ever seen a diss record, or even a record that you could say somebody was dissing somebody on, get 5 Grammys and then be performed at the Super Bowl.
And have the whole crowd singing A minor.
Yes. Oh my God, Jesus. And the smile, the diabolical, Kendrick is a diabolical motherfucker. Because when he smiled at that camera, hey Drake, bitch. When I say that meme is on my phone, if I put that up, just know I'm about to eat you up. I'm about to tear your ass up. You about to have a new asshole when I'm done. But moving on from there, let's discuss DJ Mustard. So he said, so he said in a video, moving on or forward, that Drake should just focus on the music and not like the politics. Don't try to sue nobody. Don't this that there. Just put your head down, move on, and work on other music. What do you think about that? Because that is what I think should be the next goal for Aubrey Drake, is to just Aubrey need to push on. Jimmy in the wheelchair, just keep wheeling on. It's okay. You lost this one. You won the Meek Mill one. And then when you won Meek Mill one, I don't recall Meek Mill saying you had bots and to inflate your streaming and all this. So I think he need to stop all that clown shit and just take his L in silence and take it gracefully. Yeah, well, with whatever grace he has left.
Not take it gracefully.
Yeah, because they calling you Karen Drake. They calling you Rachel Dolezal. I didn't say it. That's what the people is calling you. They calling you a white woman. They say you move like a white lady. That's what they say, though. I ain't say that. That's what they said.
One of my best friends calls him a Canadian woman.
Oh, my God. Moving right along. But yeah, do you agree with DJ Mustard?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's what I thought. Shout out to Kendrick for bringing DJ Mustard out on the stage. A lot of rappers don't give their producers and engineers the credit like that, so shout out to him for that. And DJ Mustard, he did his little thing with his little performance. I think it's interesting when the DJ can kind of rap and do a little flow 1-2. So ain't mad at it. Now DJ Mustard, I still remember when you had those rules about who could come in your studio and what they needed to look like and this, that, and the third. And I want to say that's very interesting, DJ Mustard, because if you look in the mirror, I'm just saying you might want to be a little nicer. I'm just saying. It was crazy, Ty. Like, he had this rule. I really want to find it. You know what? Nah, I'm going to find it. And if I remember, I'll find it and we'll talk about it on the next episode. Because it was just crazy to me. He was like, don't be in the studio if you X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. If you look like this, that, and the third. And when I tell you, people was going in on him, it looked like he lost a little weight. But back then, when that happened, he was very pudgy.
Pudgy.
DJ Kirby. Like that cartoon, and the pink cartoon character. It's not DJ Kirby.
Kirby?
I'm just saying that's what the people saying I mean. Okay, so moving on. Chris Brown got a Grammy, and I believe this is his first Grammy since 2009. I'm gonna try my best to be objective here. I will say I'm not mad at him getting a Grammy per se, because he's been putting out album after album. He's been having moment after moment for years and never gotten that recognition from the Grammys. But I also, like, Chris is a tough situation for me because people say, oh, stop bringing up 2009 with Rihanna. And it's like, well, first of all, Rihanna, look, her face was bruised. Like, she was banged up very bad. Like, even for a man who needs to defend himself from a woman, I still think there's a way to do it. It looked like even if she started swinging first, he kept going up at a point where he could have just stopped. Like, I remember her face and what it looked like when the photos came out. And by the way, that was not, oh my God, I remember on YouTube where like they had interactive games and you could play like basically you could punch her in the face like Chris did. It was just so nasty. People are
Oh,
so insensitive to like women's plights. It just is what it is. Like I remember that era of YouTube. That was not a good time. Um, but what do you say to people who are saying, you know, he deserves it, and it's time people stop punishing him for that? Do you agree? Do you not? Because I don't know. I don't keep up with Chris like that, but I have seen like I've seen enough to know that it didn't stop at Rihanna. As far as like him abusing women, the way he views them, the way he feels ownership of them. Like Karuchi has a restraining order on him for a reason.
I I don't really listen to his music like that. Like at all, really. It is honestly one song I can name right now of his that I like, and that is because it's another artist on that song. But anyways, you know what? I honestly don't know because people say you need to separate the work, the art from the person, but then at the same time, yet it's kind of hard to do that. Now, him making a mistake those years ago, I do feel like in some instances he shouldn't have to keep hearing flank from that. In some instances, not saying swept under the rug entirely because it happened. People make mistakes. But like you said, he still has an own current restraining order, and some other stuff has happened with different women over the
Yeah.
years. So it's like I'm not sure. I don't want to stop nobody's hustles. I do believe he does make good music and stuff like that. But then again, I don't want to sit here and enable someone that does stuff like that. So
Would you say he has a huge influence on R&B?
I think he does. I think he does. I again don't know personally because I don't
Is he
listen
this
to.
generation's Michael Jackson?
I
The people is saying that. That's what the people be saying.
well, if that's what the people are saying, if that's what the generation is saying, then I guess so. But me personally, I honestly don't.
Uh-uh.
That's between them and him.
Uh-huh. Well, child, let me
Because
keep my thoughts
other
to
than
myself on
that,
that.
honestly speaking, who would you say would be or would compare to, this
Usher,
generation?
Beyonce.
Uh, well, male wise.
Oh, okay, Usher.
But Usher is not really our generation.
True.
Me and you speaking our generation. Usher is like our parents.
True. I be forgetting that because he still looks so young.
Yeah, so I do think if we are speaking for our generation, me and you, then I guess it would be Chris because I don't know anybody else really that's out here popping locking. How the fuck he doing?
True. I don't know. I'll say this. Maybe I don't want to say that it's true because, like, Michael at least was a likable person. To me, Chris Brown, I think a lot of people, they see the light skin, they see the, does he have colored eyes? I think he does. They see the colored eyes. They see the pretty boy swag drip, whatever he got going on, whatever look. Um, and they excuse a lot of his behavior because of that. Stories that may come out without even reading stuff. Oh, they just trying to tear another black man down. Oh, they just trying to. My God. Um, I just personally, me, I don't think I even want to care to assess it because maybe just that's it for me. Michael is more likable. So maybe that's where I differ on saying that he is our generation's Michael Jackson. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I know for me, like you said, you don't really listen to him like that. Me too, which is why I really can't have too much of a dog in the fight. The most recent song I have on my playlist is Under the Influence. Yeah. That's my
And
shit
mine
right
is
there.
Time and Affection with him and Rima.
Oh, gotcha. There we go. So I mean, we only got like one or two songs of his that I play. Like, you know, um, yeah, I don't know. Chris is a tough case, and then also for me, what's annoying is I understand people saying that happened long ago, and to be honest, it's not even the Rihanna stuff with Chris for me because guess what? Him and Rihanna remix birthday cake. Like she okay with him. She in fact didn't they date again? So for a briefly time period, I think because I think that's why him and Drake had beef or whatever. So it's like if I can remember correctly. So it's like if you know
And ain't
if
that song ain't nobody's business.
yeah, exactly. So at that point, I'm not even the Rihanna stuff. It is what it is. But the Karuchi shit, the alleged colorism accusations, him trying to play on Tokyo Vanity Head Top. Oh my God, that video where she's Christopher Coquette Brown. Stop playing with me. No, Christopher Powderhead Brown. That shit took me out. And not people from New Orleans is so funny. Then the way she was talking about some you into cocaine and other things of lighter complexions. And the girl in the back was like, Tokyo, stop. I was hollering. But yeah, Chris is a tale of shout out to one of my YouTubers that I watch, Erica De Niro TV. She said, if you don't like the way that people recall their interactions with you, you should have been better towards them. Your treatment should have been better of them. You cannot get upset when people bring up the things you've done in the past. That is what you've done. Um, so I think for him, it's just a matter of like, at the end of the day, the reputation that he has, whatever he may have been blocked from, because I've seen him say that he's been blocked and blackballed. To me, Chris Brown has done pretty fucking well for somebody with the reputation he has. Now, I mean, he could have had access to more stuff had the thing with Rihanna not happened, had the situation with Karuchi and whatever else cases and stuff he has going on. And yeah, he's a celebrity. Some of them are probably false allegations. So I mean, yeah, we can say that, but everybody ain't lying on your ass. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's like a what I would say to round out Chris before we move on to the next topic. Be careful of how you treat people, because they will tell one day or another what their interaction was with you. So if you don't want to hear bad things, don't be bad towards people. We all make mistakes, but when you make mistakes, you come back and you say, I was wrong, I misspoke, X, Y, and Z, and then we move on because we're grown. Whether that looks like we're still friends again, or we're cool, or hey, I appreciate that, but we walk on our separate ways. Whatever that looks like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, so I mean that's all I got on Christopher Maurice. Proud to head Brown. So St. John is our next topic. He was on All the Way Up, I think is the name of the podcast, with Angela Yee. And he was discussing Puerto Rico and the racism that goes on there. I wish he would have called it anti-blackness because that's really what it is to me, and I'm standing 10 toes on it. Um, Only people that can be racist are white people by far. Like racist to me is a power structural, infrastructural, systemic matter. It's not, oh, I don't like so and so because they're race. It's not as simple as that for me with my interpretation of racism. So I think he should have said they're very anti-black, or maybe you could say racist, since technically it's either although Puerto Rico is a part of the United States, it is kind of its own little country, if you will. Like they're although they're under America's blanket, if you wanted to go to a place where it was probably a bit more the most cultured, I'm assuming Puerto Rico would probably be the place. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're probably not as colonized. I'm not sure. I don't know, to be clear. And when I say colonized, I mean like when you go around Puerto Rico, it's Hispanic people. That's what I'm trying to say. Because they're definitely colonized in their way of thinking. Um, but basically he spoke on how like the when he was there, like in the mall, nobody looked at him. And what he said after he expounded on that was he said like they would go out of their way not to look in his direction. And for those who don't know, St. John is a musical artist. He is a black man of dark skin, dark complexion. Um, but so basically, he was talking about his time and his experience there, and you know how Hispanics are racist. And I just want to get your views on that. I've kind of beaten a dead horse when it comes to the whole "we are black and brown coalition." Black and brown people sit together. I don't believe that shit. I don't even believe that shit happens in New York. To be honest, quiet as kept. I think y'all be lying. Um, I think we do have allies as far as non-black people are concerned, but I don't think the collective is an ally for sure of any other community. Hell, black people don't even got each other back, quiet as kept. Because as soon as you black and disabled, or black and gay, or black and fat, then you start seeing it do all black lives really matter. Fill in the blank for everybody else that is not black and whatever else is the norm. Um, but with that being said, what are your thoughts on black and brown relations and anti-blackness in the Hispanic community?
Not surprising. Nobody likes us. Like you
Yeah,
just. Sometimes we barely like fuck each other, but definitely not surprising.
yep. I
Not surprising at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess for me, one thing I will say that kind of made me adjust a little bit, it seemed like he was shocked by that. And that was strange to me because I don't know, that's just something I've always been a parent of. Like, I've never been under the impression that black people, like anybody, has our back as far as a collective is concerned. Um, So I think for me, I don't know, it's just the fact that he was so taken aback, especially when like just a couple years ago, Amara La Negra had to let people know, hey, I'm black and I'm Hispanic and we exist. Like basically. Like, um, yeah. I don't know if I really have anything else to add on to that. Just because I've discussed that so many times on YouTube, on podcasts. It is exhausting. Um, my solution for anybody is to find your tribe and just, buckle up for these next 3 years and some change. um, so moving on from there, I want to discuss next. We're going to touch on Dolly and Whitney. So shout out to Dolly Parton because she invested the royalties from Whitney's "I Will Always Love You" in a black neighborhood, and she's quoted saying, "This is the house that Whitney built." And I've always loved how Dolly Parton, like that to me is an ally for sure. Now I hope she got in Miley ass after Miley sat there and said that hip hop is ratchet. I ain't letting up on it. I said what I said. God damn it. But also shout out to Miley because that song with her and Beyonce on Cowboy Carter, that shit eat. Um, they were singing down on that shit. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's a good song. But Dolly Parton. So the article says the country star originally wrote and performed the hit in 1973 as a farewell to her then partner Porter Wagoner. The tune went on to become a massive hit when Houston covered it for the film The Bodyguard in 1992, and according to Forbes, made Parton $10 million in royalties. In an interview with Andy Cohen on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, Parton reveals revealed that she had Houston in mind when she was deciding how to spend those earnings. I bought my big office complex down in Nashville. I bought a property down in what was the black area of town, and it was mostly just black families and people that lived there except Parton. And it was off the beaten path of 16th Avenue. And I thought, well, I'm going to buy this place, the whole strip mall, and thought this is the perfect place for me to be, considering it was Whitney. Props to Dolly Parton. I have mad respect for her for investing into, like, there's somebody y'all need to invite to the cookout, bitch. Y'all always giving out cookout invites because a white person can twerk or do a damn do a goddamn cornrow. This what y'all need to invite them for. Now, to be clear, I ain't inviting nobody to the cookout. At the most, you'll get a plate. But you know what? Dolly didn't invest in $10 million, so maybe she can come. We might allow it.
We would.
So she goes on to say, so I just thought this was great. I'm just going to be down here with her people who are my people as well. Oh, that's nice. And so I just love the fact that I spent that money on a complex, and I think this is the house that Whitney built. Shout out to Dolly Parton. That is how you be a motherfucking ally right there.
Yeah, I'm proud of Dolly. She always seems like she's so sweet and down to earth and an ally.
Fuck with Dolly heavy for that. So moving on from there.
I love you, Dolly.
And we miss you, Whitney. Oh my God. Oh my God. Also, shout out to Keke Palmer. If they ever do a biopic, Keke needs to play Whitney. Like, I don't know if you saw that interview or like even, how the spirit tunnels be going viral from the Jay Hudson show.
Wait.
Jennifer Hudson show. Where they coming down the spirit tunnel and they be singing and shit.
Oh.
Yeah. First of all, that looks like Jennifer Hudson show looks like a nice ass place to work at. Like, cause I ain't gonna hold you. If granted, it's gonna be shit anywhere, any job. But bitch, if I'm annoyed as I've been at jobs that I worked at, ain't no way you gonna be paying me enough to sing and look happy while these motherfuckers coming through like that. So I think they got a nice work environment. It seems like shit. And shout out to the white folks. They clapping on beat, singing on beat, a piece of a beat. The ones that work there. But I like that spirit tunnel idea. I really do. But did you happen to see Keke Palmer coming down there?
I did not.
She had on this red curly wig and this brown dress. When I tell you, Keke Palmer is Whitney Houston reincarnated. I swear to you. Even when I watch how they respond in interviews, how Keke, like, she does the most, just like Whitney. And I love that. I hate when people demonize people who do the most. Because it's like, it can be too much at times with certain people, but Keke just gives just enough for me. Like, when I watch Keke, I laugh. She's never not made me not laugh.
It's a natural funniness with her.
Yes, exactly. It is just a natural airiness about her. And Keke is somebody who, like...
We did it, Joe.
But even before that, like, just thinking about Akilah Nabi, True Jackson VP, like, Keke has just been like a staple for me in my journey in consuming like pop culture, because there really isn't that much visibility for us. And just for her to just overall, for the most part, yeah, she went through the stuff with her ain't shit ass boyfriend, slash baby daddy. I don't know where they at now, and she told us that's her business, so I'm mind it. But outside of Darius, and then the situation with Trey Songz, and then her having to get into Wendy Williams' ass real quick, because the gag is you wasn't there. But outside of that, when she has managed to keep a clean reputation, she's done well for herself. Her son is, I think he just turned 2, or he's turning 2 this month. I've been watching her do like the promotions for the movie and her book, which I am interested in getting. She's already written one book, but she's worked on another book. And she talks about, changing her mindset and adapting with, emotions and growth and all this stuff. And She's talked about motherhood. It's been nice to watch Kiki. But on that interview, she was straight up giving Whitney Houston, y'all, like Whitney Houston down. If they do a biopic and it's not Kiki Palmer playing Whitney, I won't even watch. I'm not even gonna hold you. Everybody can say it's good, but if it ain't Kiki playing her, I just don't want to see it. Like, and then you already got the package there because Kiki can sing.
She can sing.
Yes, like, oh my God, she is
Did not
just.
know that.
It's triple threat is not even the word for Kiki Palmer. It's not. And then on top of that, she's so nice. Like her energy is good. It's hard to find that. A lot of these celebrities, they're talented, but their attitude is stank. Their energy is stank as fuck.
J-Lo.
Oh my God, Jesus. Moving on. So Michelle Williams, she was on Jennifer Hudson's show. Also, shout out to Jennifer Hudson for doing the damn thing. I love this show. I saw somebody earlier in the comments. I just went ahead and blocked them because I was like, "You just a hating ass bitch, anyways. I don't even want you to have that chance to interact with my shit. Should I blow up or whatever?" But they said her show is boring, and she asked dumb questions. I don't know. They was just on some hater shit. I was like, every time I watch Jennifer Hudson's show, I am tuned in. Like Jennifer asks good questions. The energy is always good with the interviews. She allows the interviewers or interviewees to open up in a way that other interviewers don't quite ask questions like that or give that safe space and that comfort to do so. Um, so yeah, Jennifer, she's been doing her thing. Shout out to her. Love the show. And yeah, I just want to give her flowers on that. But going back to Michelle Williams, so she was on Jennifer Hudson's show. And she basically was speaking about her looking into becoming a life coach and talking about going from that phase of, for her, for example, it would be Destiny's Child to Broadway, and what does that transformation, what does that transition, what does that look like? And how does someone cope with that going from one thing to something? The example she used was a person going from a singer to a chef. How do they cope with the emotions, the journey of what that transition is going to feel like and look like? And she spoke about, her kind of feeling like she lost a sense of her identity after Destiny's Child. And so she went into that a little bit and just grappling with that and coping with that. And she's actually working on a book too, I think. So what do you think about that, Ty?
I think that's very great for her because I can imagine how detrimental that would be, considering her role via everybody else. When she wasn't Destiny's Child, she was the one that couldn't dance and was always offbeat and clumsy and all this extra negative connotations that surrounded her. So it's great that she, for one, is in therapy, and she has realized, she could be more than what she was branded as after coming out the group. So very proud of her, doing great things, and that's just wonderful overall.
I was going to touch on that too. I was like, when I think of Michelle, I just wish we would have treated her better as a community. And I say community in air quotes because child ain't no community, but I wish she would have been treated better. She's always been made to be like the butt of the joke of the group, and I've never liked that because they all contributed equally to the group. And to see them still standing by each other, still calling each other sisters. They have a group chat. They still talk to this day, even though people have tried to compare them and tear them apart and have them beef with each other. I'm just glad to see none of the women, playing into that. Beyonce still bringing them on stage from time to time. I love to see it. And Destiny's Child just did a lot for, as far as representation and seeing Black women, girls at the time, women now, reach the heights that Destiny's Child have is such an inspiring thing. And again, similar to Keke Palmer, I'm sure there's stuff that you could find that may be a little salacious, but I don't recall Destiny's Child having too much issues or too much. Let me say this: there was drama there, but it wasn't nothing that overclouded the group. And at the end of the day, whatever we saw in the tabloids didn't matter because when they hit that stage, they did the damn thing. Runs comparable to few, if any. Especially Michelle. Why everybody clowning her? She might be clumsy, but when that motherfucking part on Hey to You come on, when that
She
part of
carried that bridge.
yes, my
She
God.
carried the bridge. She carries the bridge.
Through It Love too. You know that song?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God, that is my shit.
Uh-uh.
You don't like it?
I don't know it.
Oh, okay. All right. Excuse me, you don't like it. I was like, hold on now. No, let me but no. Shout out to Michelle. I wouldn't mind having Michelle Williams as my life coach, child. Get it figured out. I'll be
Right.
there to support a black business. All right. So the next topic I want to discuss, in fact, our last topic, I wanted to rope it in. She said a loss of identity. So I kind of wanted to segue into this tweet that I saw. And it says, whenever I see transformations like this, I think about how changing your face this much has to give you severe psychological issues, right? And they show this video of someone sharing Dr. FRZMKZ. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sorry, my bad. But this is a surgeon's office, and they have photos of before and after. And there's a stark contrast with every woman on there. Outside of, actually, no, they all look like pretty much different people. So, what do you think about like surgical cosmetic procedures? How it's almost, or I don't even want to say almost, it's become like a trend nowadays, and people, going the not so safe route.
I don't think there's a problem getting cosmetic surgeries because at the end of the day, it's that's your face and you do what you want to do to yourself. But I do feel like at a certain point, don't fuck your face up to where you looking like what the fucking why?
I would. I don't have a problem with surgery.
Because to each his own. Like, if you
Yeah,
think you look bad and you need, because I feel like that's like people that want to gain weight or people that want to lose weight. Sometimes you just might not see yourself as visually, aesthetically pleasing or whatever. You want to do a little something, something. That's why we groom ourselves. We get our hair done. We get our nails done. We buy new clothes. This, that, the third. So I feel like surgery is just another one of those things. But if you got the bag like that, but again, that goes with anything else. Too much of something is not good.
yeah. Similarly to how I said, with black people, how we will get these, with the women, they'll get the weaves. With the men, they'll get the waves. All this stuff that doesn't look like us. Like, to me, surgery is an extension of what's already there. So to me, like, okay, you got eye bags, lift them up. Little stuff like here, it should be an adjustment. I do think the same way I look at, like I said, a nigga who can't walk outside without his waves on swim, or, a black woman who, and I say this with love, has a 30-inch bust down 11 months out of the year. Something that, again, doesn't look like shit that naturally happens with us. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of look at these surgeries where you have a whole different face in that same way. And it's like, I think there might need to be a further conversation here. Now, I'm not mad at, let's see. I mean, as far as looks, I don't know, this one with the glasses on, she got that Kardashian-esque LA surgery going on.
They all look like they got the same face to me, just to be honest.
Really?
Afterwards.
Kind of with some of the, I ain't gonna lie, the one with the brown hair, she definitely, the one with the nose, look like she's a Liberian.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the bottom right, she does look like She looked like the same person. Hell, she might have could have. Well, her nose probably still would have been more accentuated, but she probably could have tried to work out a little bit and lose weight and get a similar look. Um, these other ones, not so much. They're altered. I mean, I think the only one that looks kind of really like a hot mess is the one that I mentioned at first, the one with the glasses on. But to be honest,
They all look like they in the same family. They could be siblings,
I'm
half
screaming,
siblings,
I'm hollering.
first cousins.
I think for me, again, it's not. It's the reasoning of why you're getting the surgery for me, and then also like, what are we trying to run from here? Like, I'm black, so obviously, for us, if we see you pop out with a nose that's half as big, we do have some questions on why you got your nose chopped in half. You know what I'm saying? And then I think for me, it depends on the severity. Like Nene's first nose job, I didn't have no problem with it. First, maybe even her second one, Nene Leaks. However, whatever she's got going on now, it looks different. And that can be makeup, it can be filters, it could be all that. But it don't look like she stopped at that first or second nose job. It looked like she kept going a bit to where it is kind of giving LaToya Jackson a little bit.
Hence the going overboard.
I don't think I would ever get anything permanent done to my face. Like maybe the laser fillers or like the laser, anything that's in non-invasive, maybe as I get older. I ain't rushing to get nothing now because I'm still giving these 23-year-olds a run for their money. I'm just saying. Especially once I get my money back up and can get this cryotoning. Like, friend, y'all gonna be begging me to put clothes on when we on vacation. I just want y'all to know.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna be naked everywhere. Next
You know
to
what?
naked.
I don't
Not naked
think I
everywhere,
get
but
this body the way I want it. I plan on being naked too.
I am shit. These cryo appointments are like $300 a visit. Now you notice the difference in results, but again, $300. Where the tax bracket I'm at now, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. So that's a little penny. So you best believe once I get this body together, yep, naked all the time, naked in my music videos, naked on the beach. Let me stop. Would you go to an all nude beach?
Probably. Would I
Would
be nude?
you
Maybe not.
would you get surgery on your face?
I like my face. I love my face. No, I don't think I would get surgery on my face. I do want my face to kind of slim down some, but that comes with losing weight, which I can definitely do. But
Yeah.
the only type of surgery I would have anyway near my face is to get rid of this keloid I got on my ear. That is it.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
Well, if you want, my sister did that before, so I think she had a. I don't think she had too much of a hellish time. So
Keloid?
yeah, I don't recall her having any like trauma from it or anything
Yeah,
really.
send that information because when I come back home, I might need that.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to her when we get off. But well, I think that wraps everything up. I think for me, just with the surgery, real quick before we close out, it's just what is the end goal? Like when Andy Cohen asked Tim Zolciak, "What's the end game on the lips?" Bitch, that is messy as hell. Now what's the end game on the lips? Now he said she looked like Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Oh my god.
Wait,
And
wait,
she
wait, wait.
uh-huh.
We forgot about something.
What did we forget?
Soldier Boy.
Oh, I didn't know we was gonna discuss that.
You know what? I might have just was being
You
a
might
little
have thought it and didn't say it.
separately. Yeah, my bad.
Okay, well, do you want to touch on it? If you can fill me in on it, then I mean, I can give a view. I don't know too much. I just know him and Marlon Wayans was going back and forth.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
What were they going back and forth about?
I don't know. Like from the little bit that I did read, it
Was it
sounded
about Drake and Kendrick?
no. It was just it. I don't know. It sound. it sounds like Soulja Boy started the beef, but they just beefing with each other. They don't have any like third parties involved or anything like that. It's just the strangest thing. Like, who the hell beefs with the Wayans
I'm
brothers?
screaming.
Who beefs with the America's funniest black family? Like,
I'm hollering. Are you gonna see Scary Movie? Child, I don't know what number we on.
man, I'm gonna be front row center the day of.
Mm. I'm conflicted. I'm not gonna hold you. I
If
love.
Cindy and
When I
Brenda is
say,
there, I'm there.
I ain't gonna lie. If Regina Hall there, I'll probably put my qualms to the side. The only thing that Marlon has ever done, to my knowledge, that has rubbed me the wrong fucking way is that Negro was shaming people who were either not apologetic or no, I don't want to say not remorseful. Let's say that, or nah, because remorse means you did something. People who were not singing Kevin Samuel's praises when he passed. That is the only thing that Marlon has ever done. I cannot get with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I'm on the fence. I am on the fence now. Regina Hall there, I might put that shit to the side. But I don't know. We shall see. Well, hell, we still need to watch one of them days. And then I'm trying to figure out like, child, am I gonna be in the movie theater taking notes? Am I gonna try to just retain all this from memory? Like, I'm gonna try to plan that out. Do you know what your schedule is next week?
Um. Let me hold on. I think I got paper around here somewhere. What's today?
Today is well. First off, let's go ahead and well, no, because we can figure this out. I was gonna say let's end the show and then talk about this, but if we can decide a day, then we'll go ahead and let them know that we can do the review. Let's see. Today is the 12th.
I'm supposed to be. What the fuck? Oh, she fucked this schedule up. No, she didn't. I fucked this schedule up.
Screaming.
I'm supposed to be off Tuesday.
Okay, and that's when we need to do our episode.
So let's Monday or Tuesday.
Okay, got you. If I don't work, well, the schedule's not out yet, but if I don't work, then I might go. I really want to go Tuesday. Here, this is what we might do. And then this way we got the crowd included on it too. I'm thinking, because I want to go Tuesday too, but we're aiming to put the episodes out at 3 p.m. We probably ain't gonna be able to do it by then. But what I'm thinking is we can watch it Tuesday, and then either we'll do a late upload, a late like just later, whenever we watch it, if it gets done, if we can get it recorded that day, then I can upload it later that night, or we'll just upload it on Thursday.
Okay.
So that's our plan. So we'll either do that, and then if there's anything else we want to talk about, we can. But I do want us to watch that movie, support SZA and Kiki and Issa, and get a laugh in because society needs more laughter right now, and it looks like it's gonna be a funny ass movie.
Right.
So with that being said, y'all, we got our game plan. Y'all, thank you for rocking with us and supporting us so far. If y'all enjoyed this episode, please give us a like. Share the video with your friends. Get down in the comments. Let us know what you agreed with us on, disagreed. Just keep it respectful because I don't want to have to find your IP address. But yeah, we will see y'all later. This is the Ty on Ty Squared, and we will catch y'all on the next episode. Peace.
Bye.